Hi and welcome to Santorini, officially known as Thera. Located about 120 miles from the Greek mainland, it is arguably one of the most famous islands in the Mediterranean. The picturesque backdrop of the white painted villages with the blue roofed domes featured on many travel advertisements. Santorini is one of the largest of the 5-island archipelago, which forms the remnants of a caldera, a crater, formed from one of the largest recorded volcanic eruptions in history some 3,000 years ago. We visited this amazing island on the second day of our cruise to the Mediterranean, where we were on board the Regal Princess. Visiting Santorini by cruise tends to mean that you'll be required to use the cruise ship tenders, aka the lifeboats, to get to the island. As with most ports of call, we got up early to watch the arrival from our cruise ship balcony. The sea looked quite calm initially, but later in the arrival process, it looked a bit more worrying, with small boats seemingly struggling against the waves. Fortunately, the tender boat was actually okay in the end, and we got some really nice photos coming into the port. You can access Fira, the capital of Santorini, in 3 main ways. Firstly, by use of cable car, which is what we did, which is €6 one way. Secondly, by taking a donkey ride up 600 rather steep steps, or by walking those steps yourself. There are many things to do in Santorini, including taking a boat cruise around the island, visiting Akrotiri, the preserved Minoan city that was left devastated after the volcanic eruption 3,000 years ago, or visiting one of the beautiful black sand beaches. However, when we went to arguably the most popular tourist attraction, which was to visit the town of Ia. And to reach Ia from Fira, we took a 30-minute bus ride, which cost about €180 per person.
Okay, so we have our cruise ship here, and then we took the cable car up to the town centre, where we walked to the Fira bus stop, and from the Fira bus stop we went all the way up to Ia to get fantastic photos.
Ia is a photographer's paradise, with beautiful narrow streets, classical white and blue house backdrops, and a great view of the caldera that forms the archipelago of Santorini. This does also mean that because it's an incredibly popular destination, many of the small narrow streets will be crowded and the queues to viewing points will be quite large at some times, so I would recommend getting there as early as you can. There are numerous amazing places to have some food whilst in Ia. The prices tend to be a bit higher than in Fira itself when we went. However, the food is really nice and it's a great place to eat and enjoy the view. Another thing to note is that unless you're in a restaurant, it can get really hot in the summer and there is little shade in the streets, so it's really important to rehydrate, and what we did with this lovely fruit bar in one of the streets. Another important thing to note is that when you're coming back to get onto the cruise, the queue for the cable car coming down, that's one of the main ways to get down, is often huge, so be prepared for that and consider coming off the ship early to get to where you want to go, and then arriving back for the cable car early as well to avoid a huge queue.
So that's that from Santorini. What a lovely place. As they say in Greek, Efharisto. Thank you, Santorini.